They were grand, imposing, feared, and revered. The Watchers, the fallen angels, had once walked among the splendors of heaven, but now they were condemned. Banished, cast into darkness, they trembled before their own fate. They begged for mercy. They sent a messenger to the Creator himself. But the answer they received was terrifying. A mystery sealed for centuries, a judgment so absolute and devastating that even demons shudder at the memory. You are about to discover the forbidden truth. But first, take a deep breath. What comes next may change everything you thought you knew. In the early days of humanity, before the Great Flood, the earth was still young. And it was in that time that something forbidden happened. An act so heinous that it would alter the course of history forever. 200 angels known as the Watchers descended upon Mount Hermon. Led by Shemi-Hazza and Azazel, these beings abandoned their heavenly state and crossed the boundary between the divine and the mortal. But their intention was not merely to observe. They wanted to dominate, corrupt, take for themselves what was never theirs to begin with. The book of Genesis 6:1-4 tells us, "And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and they took them as wives, all whom they chose." The result of this impure union was the creation of a terrifying race, the Nephilim. Giants of extraordinary strength and boundless wickedness. They ravaged everything, consumed the earth's resources, oppressed men, and spread chaos. But that was not all. The fallen angels taught humanity forbidden secrets: witchcraft, astrology, warfare, the manipulation of metals. Knowledge that was never meant to be revealed. The book of Enoch 8:1-2 states, "Azazel taught men the making of swords, knives, shields, and breastplates. He revealed the metals of the earth and the art of working them, and then great wickedness arose. They became corrupt, strayed, and turned to evil. The world sank into violence and iniquity. The cries of the innocent echoed to the heavens. The divine creation, once pure, was now stained with blood. But the Most High would not remain silent. The archangels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel looked upon the earth with sorrow and righteous fury. They saw the suffering, the destruction, the torment of the righteous, and they presented the cry of the oppressed before the throne of God. The book of Enoch 9:1-3 reveals, "Then Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel looked down from heaven and saw the bloodshed upon the earth and all the iniquity. And they said to one another, 'The earth cries out, and the cry of its children has reached the gates of heaven. And now, to you, O Holy of Holies, the souls of men implore, bring justice.'" The divine response was relentless. The corruption of the Watchers and their offspring could not be tolerated. Their punishment would be severe, their dominion over the earth destroyed forever. And to Gabriel, the Lord said, "Proceed against the bastards and the reprobates, against the sons of fornication, and destroy them. Make them kill each other in battles, and when their fathers are bound in the depths of the earth, they too shall perish, and no plea for mercy shall be granted." Enoch 10:9-12. The decree was sealed. The Nephilim, the giants who ruled the earth, turned against each other. War devoured the very monstrosity they had created. The final judgment was inevitable. But it was not just the destruction of the Nephilim that God decreed. Something greater was coming. And the Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And the Lord regretted that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him in his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth. Genesis 6:5-7. A flood was coming, a divine reset. The world would be purified. But one man found grace in the eyes of the Lord. One man would become the savior of the new humanity. His name was Noah. Noah was given the mission to build an ark. The salvation of his family and all creatures was in his hands. But for the watchers, there would be no escape. The book of Jude 1:6 tells us, and the angels who did not keep their original state but left their own habitation, he has reserved in everlasting chains under darkness for the great day of judgment. The watchers, once glorious and feared, now trembled in despair. Their fate was sealed. But they did not accept their condemnation without a fight. In their last attempt at salvation, they sought a man, a mortal, to intercede for them. His name was Enoch. The watchers begged Enoch to take their plea to the Creator. Then I went and spoke to them, and they were all terrified and seized with fear. And they asked me to write a petition for forgiveness and take it to the Lord of the heavens. Enoch 13:3-4. Enoch, a man who feared God, accepted the mission. He ascended through the heavens, passing through unimaginable realms until he stood before the Creator himself. But when God finally responded, the watchers heard the sentence they feared the most. You were in heaven, but not all mysteries were revealed to you. And now you have corrupted humanity with useless knowledge. Therefore, you shall have no peace. Enoch 14:3-4. There would be no mercy, no second chance. The angels had seen the glory of God. They had walked before the Almighty, and yet they chose to rebel. Their punishment was irreversible. The watchers were cast into the abyss, bound in chains of darkness. Azazel himself was buried under sharp rocks in the desert, condemned to absolute darkness. And I saw a deep abyss with pillars of heavenly fire, and there were places of darkness prepared for those who were cursed forever. Enoch 18:14-16. A fate worse than death, a horror without end. But this was only the beginning. The final judgment is still to come. And on the last day, the watchers, the Nephilim, and the devil himself will be cast into the lake of fire. Depart from me, you cursed, into the everlasting fire prepared for the devil and his angels. Matthew 25:41. Their condemnation will be final, their torment eternal. And so, only one question remains. If even the angels who beheld God's glory fell, what stops us from making the same mistake? The fate of the watchers was sealed. Judgment came mercilessly, and the terror they felt in facing their sentence echoes to this day. But the story is not over. The shadows of their corruption still linger in the world, and their forbidden secrets continue to stir curiosity and fear. What else is hidden in ancient pages? What else has been concealed from humanity's eyes? If you want to keep exploring hidden mysteries, forbidden truths, and shocking revelations, subscribe to the channel now. Don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and spread this story to those who need to know. There is much more to be revealed, and you won't want to miss it.